Hey Elevators, Derek here. This week at Elevate, we are going to conclude our series, Discover Who You Really Are. Remember first week, we went to 16personalities.com. If you haven't done that yet, please do. 16personalities.com. Take the free test, read, and learn about how God made your brain work. Okay, now, that was the first week. Last week we talked about David, and we talked about when Samuel came and anointed him king, and how God looks at his heart, God looked at David's heart. And we talk about that a lot. We talk about it a whole lot. But it's important that we get this ingrained, okay? The more we hear something, the more likely we are to remember it. The more we remember something, the more it becomes part of who we are. And we need this understanding that God looks at our heart to become so ingrained in us that we learn to live, or that we just start living by that, okay? So that was last week. We talked about David and when he was anointed as king, and how God looked at his heart, and how David was a man after God's own heart, and how God said that, and that's who we want to be. This week we're going to look at David and Goliath. One of my favorite stories from the Bible, in that whole could be an R-rated movie for violence sort of zone. So we're going to look at that story. We're going to look at it in depth. We're going to kind of see what happened and what David did and how it was accomplished and what God did through David there. And then what can we learn from that? How can we learn about ourselves through what David dealt with in the story of David and Goliath? So that's what's going on this week at Elevate, guys. Remember, Halloween is in 2 weeks. We're having our harvest party here at Destiny, and we will not be having youth that night. Instead, we are going to serve the children of Destiny and the children of our neighborhood that come to the harvest party. So come ready to help, serve, run games, play games, have fun. That's what we're doing on the 31st, okay? And of course, youth-led service is coming up, so be ready to jump in on some of the parts for that and run practices and learn your parts and really capitalize on this opportunity to minister to the adults at Destiny, okay? This is a serious thing. This is a very serious thing. It's a gift to Elevate, to be able to speak to our church and have a hand in what our church learns and in the direction that we move. So we need to take it seriously, and we need to all be on board, okay? That's all I've got to talk about today, guys. So feel free to like and comment on this video. Let me know what's working, what's not working. And of course, subscribe to Elevate Updates so that you can be in the know on all things Elevate Student Ministries. You guys have a great week. We'll see you when we see you. Bye.